Good morning, everyone. I have the great pleasure of being out at the Johnson County Fair's grounds. I am here before we get started for the ribbon cutting. We're going to go ahead and just welcome our city official, Susie Latari. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate everyone that's come out. We have the great pleasure of speaking with Dallas Diekman. He is from the MU Extension, and he is the 4-H Youth Program Associate. So I'm going to turn it over to him.
Thank you for introducing me, Melissa. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, again for coming. We definitely appreciate you all coming out here. This is the fairgrounds of our county. This is where we have our 4-H and FFA Youth Fair, and we are looking forward to it coming up starting up on July 5th, and it'll be on all the way till the 12th and 13th. We have all sorts of animal shows. We have all sorts of 4-H projects that'll be in the exhibits. But today we wanted to highlight our announcer stands. So today we have this huge announcer stand that everybody's standing up on top of here. Everybody wave for the camera. The announcer stand was put together as a brand new thing to be a highlight for our fair this year, and we're hoping everybody gets a good chance to see it, use it, and be a part of our fair this year. So I want to turn it over to a few other people to let them speak to it. But before I do that, I want to introduce a few people specifically. To my left here is Allison DeRoyne, who happens to be the president of our Livestock Committee. The Livestock Committee is a branch of the Extension Council, and what they do is they put together our large animal fair, and they also put together our sales. So whenever the kids show their animals, they get to sell those animals, and the community helps out a ton with that, and Allison's a big part of that. So thank you for coming, Allison. And then behind me, I'm going to turn it over to a lot of people, but I'll just start with Michelle. So Michelle Santiago here is, she's part of UCM. She's with the UCM Agriculture Department. And she was actually a big point in helping us out with getting the announcer stand built and good to go. So I'll turn it over to you to speak to that.
Thank you, Dallas. So we're so excited to be here to support. And what we're supporting is our volunteer leaders for 4-H and for FFA and the youth that they support. So we have the privilege of working with so many of the 4-H members and people interested in agriculture. And I want to highlight the leaders of the Good Neighbors 4-H chapter. So Melissa Wilson and Ann Papasapaitis and Tawny Schmidt couldn't be here today. And then we also have the woodworking leaders for the Good Neighbors 4-H, Mr. Kagan Wilson. And then we have Mr. Will Hughes. And then Steve Bruner couldn't be here today, that directly helped the students that not only started this process, but also built it. And so this entire process started because Melissa and her chapter really are focused on volunteering, and I would let her speak to that, but they really instill service in the students. And so when the students learned about the needs that the Livestock Committee had, the students really took that upon themselves to start. And so their chapter formed a committee led by their treasurer, which is Emery Santiago. And then on that committee, they had Carly Terry, and then they had Carly Wilson. And their committee started with submitting for a grant. And the grant opportunity they found was sponsored by FCS Financial and the Shaping Rural Missouri grant. And they put together ways that they felt could help. And so that really kicked off this initiative. And as part of that grant process, the grant application had asked for donations and gifts. And so their committee then took that and ran with that. And Emery and Carly, you guys, along with Carly, went to Extension 4-H, or the council, and asked for a donation. And then McCulloch Construction, and then Laser Quick Printing, they'd asked for a donation as well. And then also support from the Good Neighbors 4-H chapter and Woodshed. And the biggest contributor, besides FCS Financial and that grant that kicked off everything, was the support that our community businesses had in the form of Woodshed, providing materials and gift in kind and support, and just really worked with our kids. And then from there, their second part was to actually build what you see, because as the 4-H and FFA teaches, it's all about learning by doing. So would like to thank Melissa and Ann and Kagan and Will, and they would like to thank representatives of McCulloch Construction. And then would also like to thank the parents that actually helped the students build, because those were hot days and sweaty days, and really appreciated their help. So Melissa and Kagan, I want to turn it over to you guys because you all helped lead these individuals.
The kids did the work. Well, the kids really did a great job.
And then we really want to thank FCS Financial, and so I want to make sure that we know Morgan Holly's with FCS Financial in the Harrisonville office, and really support their help and just the fact that they have a grant that allows the youth to make an impact in their community. So Morgan, really appreciate FCS Financial and the support in that grant program.
Thank you.
Let's give them all a round of applause for helping. I really want to give an extra shout out to all the kids. Thank you all for coming very much for all your help and everything and getting this put off. We couldn't have done it without you. You all did a lot of the legwork, as Kagan said. And I also want to do a special shout out also for the fairgrounds. Behind me, I have Sam Matthews. He's the president of the Fair Board. This is their fairgrounds. They put this on together. It is always up to them every year to give us a location to do something, and they do so every year without fail. So we thank them very much for helping us as well. And lastly, I just want to do a shout out to the community as a whole. The community, you have helped us out a ton. We couldn't do this without you. That is our purpose, is to reach out to you all. So it's very much important that our partnership is strong with you all. We very much thank you. And before we let everything go to pictures and so on, I wanted to also share with the story. This announcer stand is going to be very much put to the use. Our last announcer stand was a little bit wobbly, falling apart. We had to kind of balance up here while we were working the show. And also, it was notorious that if an animal got loose, it was probably going to join everybody up here, because that's what would happen. It would just get up here. But this one's fenced in. It's sturdy. We even have a nice little gate on the back. So it'll be very much a very helpful tool as we put together our fair for 2025. So thank you, everybody, for coming. And thank you for all the work that you did to get this done. Couldn't have done it without you.
Okay, everybody. Now we're ready to cut a ribbon. Let's cut the ribbon.
Love it.
All right, you can go ahead and cut that ribbon in 3.
Good job. Look, she was just waiting for her job. She did a good job. Thank you. I appreciate your help.
Okay, as is tradition with almost all of my events, I always say we always do a big group picture and then we do a funny picture. So, can we get a group picture and then a silly picture?
Okay.
Or multiple? All right, you got a good group picture?
Sure.
Oh, was that the funny one?
Oh no, we're doing the serious one now. Messing it up, Suzanne.
Non-funny picture. Because it's like half funny, half not. All right, now you guys can do the funny one. Take your hand. Were you looking concerned? Your face wasn't looking
No, I was sticking my
concerned.
out. I should have known.
Anything else y'all need?
Actually, maybe it's too hot.
Thank you all for coming out to our ribbon cutting here for our announcer stand at the Johnson County Fairgrounds. We hope to see everybody at the Johnson County Fair, where we see our youth participate in all sorts of animal shows, exhibits of all kinds, including projects in the building. But out here for the announcer stand, we'll have our livestock shows. The fair will start on July 5th all the way until the 12th. And this is Allison DeRoyne. She is my partner in crime here for the fair. She is the livestock committee president, and she's going to tell you about the livestock shows.
Yeah, so the livestock shows start on July 10th. We're going to start with goats, sheep, and cattle, and then July 11th we'll have the hogs. And then on July 11th, about 6:30, we will have the sale. So we hope to see you all out.